Hello friends, I'm going to show you how to do a quick craft again today. So we're just taking one of these canvases, these flat canvases. You get 3 in a pack at the dollar store, but you can also find them at Walmart and other places as well. So I'm going to show you what I did to kind of get this look here, and we're going to put some things on it. So I just first took it and took the Distress Oxide, and this one is the walnut stain. I think that'll help. Now we're just going to take it. Same thing you can do with wood. I learned how to do this from my friend Lisa from Brown Eyed Girls. And you just do it just like that. And that's just going to give you that background. Now you might have a little bit of stamp on the edge, so you can do it very light. And you won't have to worry about that, but it doesn't matter. It gives it an interesting little background. So I'm going to use that. That was the Distressed Oxide. You can also use ink, and that's just a good way to get you a little vintage background. We are taking the glazed donut from Paint Pixie, and I'm going to paint our heart that color. Just get a good coat of paint on there. You can use either side. Okay, we're going to let that be drying. Don't have to worry about the sides because they look like the laser cuts. They're okay. I'm going to leave that just like that. We might use our brush again. I'm just going to lay it right here right now. Now we're going to take that same paint in the glazed donut, and we're going to use one of our little tools here. And we're going to take a paint. We're going to put around a little bit on the edge first. This is where you start. You just load it up, put a little bit on your edges, just like that. Sometimes you have more than others in certain places, and that's the look you're going for. Now you've got a little paint left on here. You're just going to drag that on here. Not quite enough to do a lot yet, but we will be working on that. So let's put a little bit more on the edge. Okay, now let's take some of this. Let me get a little bit more off. Then you're just going to scrape just like that. So you want the more on the edges. Get a little bit more over in here. You can use a bigger one as well. So if you'd rather use a bigger palette knife, you could use this size, and you could get a little bit more on there. So let's take a little bit off where we don't have too much. And then when you drag it, you're going to get a little bit more there. And that's how you're going to do your background. Okay. Any colors you want. We're going to do this more in a creams and tans. We're just going to use some little pieces of other materials that I have as well. This is going to be very simple. So let's take our heart now. Now we've got our little heart here. Let's take our Distress Oxide. Now sometimes this doesn't do as well as your ink does, but you definitely can use it. Okay. Sometimes these blocks will work, sometimes they won't. I found that I kind of just do better just to kind of push it a little bit. So if yours don't do well, this seems to do a little bit better. Now we've got some little French writing on there on our heart. That just gives it some more dimension. We're going to use it on here. So let's kind of place where we're going to put things. I also have a little cardboard heart, and I'm going to take just a little bit of that paint. Let me find my little dry brush here. And I'm going to take just a little bit of the cream puff, which is a little bit lighter. And this is the cream puff, also from Paint Pixie. And I'm just going to drive some of that on, just like that. Just drag some of it that like that. All right, we've got those two. Now I've got some other pieces I want to use here. Put our stamp out of our way. I've got these little pieces here, and these are a few hearts. I'll decide which one I want to use. This was an old piece of a dictionary page, I believe. It looks like a dictionary, and this was sent to me by my friend. And I'm going to use some of those hearts to put with this. So we'll kind of just have a little piece like this. It's going to be very simple, but just to show you can use what you have. So one of those could be right here in the middle. Let's see which one we like. I just did different ones. There's even one here that has some little, this one was dog, so it had a little dog, little dogs on it. You can see the little dog's head. So that would be cute. I think I like this one here for the middle. Okay, so let's glue these on, and I'll decoupage that one. So I'm just going to use a little bit of hot glue on the back of our heart. Don't make it real heavy. You won't need a ton, just a little bit. Just kind of light. We're going to put that one at the bottom. These fit right on these. Now we want to do that, or do I want to do, let's see, kind of play with it a little bit, see what we want to do. Decide if I like that, or if I like this. I kind of like that. That kind of lines up pretty. It's just whatever you decide to do. Let's put a little, here's the little dogs. So I think I will use that side with the little dogs. I knew I had a piece with the dogs. Let me just get a little bit of our Mod Podge and a sponge. I think I had my Mod Podge sponge. That's all right, we're getting a new one. Let's just get a little bitty sponge here. Put a little bit of Mod Podge. Now be very careful if you ever get some of these. This is very old paper, so it's very fragile and tears very easy. So you want to just be very light when you put your Mod Podge on there. And we're going to put that right up here at the top. And then our other one's going to go right here. I think I like that. I'm going to put a little Mod Podge on this, a little bit of glue. And I do use the multi, and you can find that in my Amazon links on my link tree. Okay, let's put a little bit of regular hot glue. This is also the Gorilla hot glue. I like it the best, and I also have a link for it. Let's just put it right on top right here. And this is just very simple. Very cute and simple. Now let's take just a little piece of some jute. Now let's just make a small, just a little bitty bow, y'all. Just a little plain bow. You can put a regular bow on there if you want to. I think just a little string bow on the corner is all we need. Let me trim that off. Just put that in the corner for a little something. This is easy crafting. This would be fun with your children, your grandchildren, just to have a little fun day. And just make some little valentines for their grandparents or for their teachers. That would be a cute craft to do. Also cute for us to give a friend if you've got some friends. That did not want to stick. Let me put just a tad of glue. There we go. There, we got it. All right. Just a little simple creations today. So how cute. Now you can put a little hanger on the back. If you want to use it for a shelf sitter, you put a little block on the back. I think I'll put a little block. Let me grab one of those. And I'm going to put this on the back. I'm going to use my hot glue. And the trick to getting these to stand up correctly is that you've got to do it at a little bit of an angle. If you do it straight, it's going to fall over. So when you put it on the back, I'm going to go ahead and glue that right down here toward the bottom. You want to just push back a little bit on it. And that way it has a little bit of an angle. A little bit of an angle. There you go. And then, now it's still drying, so y'all, it is going to move a little bit on my table. I'm going to put it on the floor and make sure that's going to be correct. Yes, sits perfectly. Sits perfectly. All right. We just got a little block on the back. Now, you can paint that if you want. You can leave it just like that. And then now you have a little shelf sitter. I hope that y'all enjoyed that today. Be sure and make me a little comment and touch that heart and the thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.